Hello there, Jefferson Multimedia. Let's take our third and final swing at an infographic. Now, in the past two videos, I've shown you how to compare things when you have a graphic that's split down the middle and you have one thing you're looking at on the right and one thing you're looking at on the left. What if you have a graphic that's not split down the middle and they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and you want to use that one box to compare two different things? Let's take a look. Remember, this is tiny. How are you going to see it? Go to the magnification slider in the bottom. Pump it up. Scroll to the top. What are we comparing? Huevos rancheros, yum, versus eggplant parmesan, yum. What are we talking about? We all have our favorite dishes. Here are two of mine. How are they alike? How are they different? Let's find out. If you scroll down, we don't have a split thing down the middle. We have one big box. So I'm comparing two things in one box instead of splitting them up into two boxes, right? How do I do that? First, I went with time of day. When do you eat this delicious food? Huevos rancheros, rancher's eggs, or cowboy's eggs, is one of the most amazing breakfasts on the earth. That's true. Eggplant parmesan is a dish served for dinner in the evening. So I'm looking at a rough category. When do you eat it? I'm comparing both things in one box. Notice the picture is off to the side. What I see a lot of us try to do is we like put this thing up here and then we put a teeny little picture underneath it and it looks clunky and weird because nothing's like centered and all that there junk. So what I would do is instead of doing that, think about centering things, one thing on the right, one thing on the left. On the right, I have my piece of clip art, which is a clock. Over here, I have my text. Look down below it. A bed of what? Ooh, I need to keep my capitalization consistent. See how eggplant and parmesan's capitalized? See how the P in parmesan's not capitalized right here? Guess what I'm going to do? Yeah. Make it the same. Eggplant parmesan is served over a bed. There's a picture of a little bit of pasta. Huevos rancheros says 2 fried eggs served over a bed. There's a little bed right there. Of chili with a tortilla on the bottom. Since we're going on the right-hand side with the clock here, I went with the left-hand side for the bed over here. What's down below it? Spicy is good. Ooh, we're talking about flavors now, aren't we? Yaha. Eggplant parmesan gets its kick from marinara sauce, that classic combination of tomato, basil, onions, and garlic. Yum. Huevos rancheros has chili with tomatoes and onions, yeah, like we see up here, but we add chili powder and hot sauce to heat up your taste buds. So, marinara sauce is tangy tomato sauce. It's not like hot spicy, it's just good and gets your taste buds going. Whereas Huevos rancheros adds some heat. Next one, vegetarian. I didn't even realize both of these dishes are vegetarian, but as I looked at the recipes, there it is. Leafy leaf. If you're looking for a dish that's good for meat eaters as well as vegetarians, both Huevos rancheros and eggplant parmesan are for you. Neither of them have meat, and they're both crazy delicious. So notice I have a pattern going, right? Picture on the right. Picture on the left. Picture on the right. Picture on the left. Think of it like a seesaw, teeter-totter. Keep things balanced, right? Go back and forth. Why? Because it's fun. Last one. Yeah, where are you from? Eggplant parmesan is an Italian dish. Molto delizioso. Huevos rancheros. Oh, I spelled it wrong. You ever seen that meme that says, I do my best proofreading after I hit send? Yeah, it happens to all of us. Let's try that again. Eggplant parmesan is an Italian dish. Molto delizioso. Huevos rancheros hails from Mexico. Muy delicioso. I'm having fun with Italian and Spanish. And when I'm talking about what part of the world that my dish comes from, I have my thing. Oh, it's not quite centered. I want to move it down just a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. When we talk about making sure that your pictures are consistent, in the last video, I said you wanted to pick pictures that are about like the same size, like they should both be squares, or they should both be long, skinny rectangles, or whatever. With these are clip art images. So if you're looking for them, like where can I find pictures? Go to Elements. And let's say I type in the clock. Here's the one I used, but wait, it's white. Okay, this one's black. But since my lettering is in this darker colored pink, I wanted to have my image be pink too. Guess what I can do to change that? This only works with clip art, which is why I chose these instead of like a photo. But if I go up to the black thing and I change it to pink, that's right, it works. A bed of what? So I looked for bed, and I found it right here. Remember, the reason that I didn't pick a photo like this is if you want all of your pictures to match and to be thematically together, you want to make sure they are the same type of image. So I went with clip art, which is like lines and stuff. So remember, anytime you're looking for something like flame, flame, there we go. This one was white, so you drag it to where you want it to go. And remember, just to change its color box up here, switch it to pink, but I don't need to, right? No, this is just for the demonstration. And then when I looked for the leaf, this one was green, so I drug it over here and then just went up to the green color, switched it to pink. Why? Because we want everything to match. And the same thing here, same thing with, did I look for globe or earth? Let's find out. It was globe, but this one was blue. So remember, if you're dealing with clip art, and clip art is so easy, change the color. But if you're looking for artwork that is consistent, that's why I chose clip art instead of photos. Because if I choose this for my globe picture, which is landscape, meaning it's wide and not so tall, but I pick this picture for my plant, which is a portrait, which means it's tall but not so wide, they don't match. We want to keep our images relatively proportionate. So I went with clip art instead. You can use photos, and you don't have to have one for each section. Remember, on my first one, we just had one photo on each side and one on the other. You can do that too. But if you don't use a graphic that's split down the middle and you want to deal with main categories, just make sure you talk about each thing you're comparing in each of your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. So I can start grading these immediately, but keep in mind I grade each graphic once. Usually what happens is I teach with extreme detail. We quiz over it 3 times. Then people forget a lot of the stuff they've been taught because all they want to do is get a 100 on the quiz, right? They don't do it. I grade it once, and then they get a really bad grade. And as I'm looking at their graphic, I'm saying, hey, maybe this is out of line, and your text is off center. And what I hear every time is, oh, I didn't see that. Remember, look at your own work and think about what you've been taught and ask yourself, did I do what was taught? Or did I just rush through so I could get a grade quickly and not even realize I didn't do what I was taught? So I'm always looking for ways to make sure that everything is centered, not just up and down, but from side to side. Everything is pretty and it looks good, because that's the point of an infographic, to tell you something, but to make it attractive as well. So make sure you do the stuff we're taught, and I'll grade it, and we'll stick it in the grade book and move on to our next assignment. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.